Hi there, today I'm going to be working with ice yarns and I'm going to be making one of my puff flower stitch headbands, and I'll show you how to do these little flowers. So this ice yarns, this is the Magic Baby line, and it's a number 2 and it's a fine yarn with a recommended 4mm hook. I'm not going to be using the 4mm hook today. We're going to be using two different hooks, a larger hook which is an E4 3.5mm hook, and then we'll be switching to a D3 which is a 3.25mm hook. So to start, we want to start with a slip stitch, or a slip knot, sorry, and we're going to chain 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And in the second chain from our hook, we're going to do a single crochet and a single crochet in each chain across. Normally I work in the back humps, but I fiddle too much to do it on camera, so I'm just going to work normal in the chain. It doesn't matter which way you do it. So one single crochet in the second chain from hook and each chain across. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 9. So we have 9 single crochets for this row. I draw a little loop up there to take my hook out, and then put the new one in, tighten it on. Now we're going to turn our work to look at the wrong side of our work, chain up 2, 1, and then 2. In our next stitch we're going to do a double crochet, so then now what we're going to do is chain 2, 1, 2, and then we're going to skip 2 stitches, 1, 2, and in our third stitch we're going to insert our hook and we're going to draw up a loop about 1/2 inch. We're going to make a puff stitch here. We're going to yarn over, insert your hook back into the same stitch, yarn over and draw up a loop. We're going to do that one more time, so yarn over, insert into the same stitch, yarn over and draw up a loop. So you're going to now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stitches, or loops on your hook, sorry. Yarn over and then draw up a loop through all those stitches. Then you're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Now we're going to make another one of those puff stitches in the same stitch. So insert your hook into the same stitch, yarn over and draw up a loop about 1/2 inch. Yarn over, insert hook into the same stitch, yarn over and draw up a loop. One more time, yarn over, insert hook into the same stitch, yarn over, draw up a loop. Now you should probably have 6 stitches on there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's right. Now we're going to yarn over and pull up a loop through all of those loops on our hook, and then we're going to chain 2. 1, 2. Skip 2 stitches. 1, 2. Working in your third stitch, you're going to do a double crochet, and then in your last stitch we're also going to do a double crochet in there. Now that completes the first row. That's the top part of the flower. This flower takes 3 rows to make a complete flower, so that will just be a partial flower. The next row we're going to turn our work, we're going to chain up 2. If you don't know how to chain up 2, you could always just do a regular chain 2 chains for a double crochet, I believe it is. I chain up 2. On our next stitch we're going to double crochet. I need some yarn here. Sorry about that. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. And in the center stitch where our chain 3 was from our previous row, we're going to insert our hook and do a single crochet. Then we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. And we're going to do a double crochet in each of the last 2 double crochets here. So 1 double crochet, and then 2 double crochets. And then we're going to turn our work, chain up 2, 1, 2, double crochet in your next stitch. Now for this one, we're going to chain 2, 1, 2. Now you're going to drop about a 1/2 inch loop, yarn over, insert your hook into the last chain, yarn over and draw up a loop. Now you'll have 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over, insert your hook into the last chain, yarn over and draw up another loop. Do that one more time. So yarn over, insert hook, yarn over and draw up a loop. So now you should have 7 loops on your hook. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yarn over and draw up a loop through all the loops on your hook. That's your first puff for this row. Now your next puff is going to be worked in the 3rd chain. So 1, 2, 3, right in here. Insert your hook into that chain and draw up a loop, about a 1/2 inch loop. Then we're going to yarn over, insert your hook into the same chain, yarn over and draw up a loop. You want to do that 2 more times. So yarn over, insert hook, yarn over and draw up a loop. Yarn over, insert hook into chain, yarn over and draw up a loop. You should have 8 loops on your hook. We're going to yarn over and pull through 7 of the loops. We're not going to go through the last loop on our hook. Now for our 3rd puff stitch, we're going to work in the 1st chain after our single crochet stitch, right here. And it's made, sorry about that, the same as our last one. So we draw up a loop, about a 1/2 inch, yarn over, insert hook, draw up a loop. We're going to do that 2 more times. So yarn over, insert hook, draw up a loop, yarn over, insert hook, and draw up a loop. Now you're going to have 9 loops on your hook. You're going to yarn over and pull through 7 of those loops, not pulling through the last 2 loops on your hook. Now we're going to yarn over and we're going to draw up a loop through all 3 loops on the hook. For our last puff stitch of this row, we're going to draw up a little loop right here, about a 1/2 inch, yarn over, and we're going to insert our hook in between the last 2 puff stitches in that little space right there. So insert your hook, draw up a loop, do that 2 more times. So yarn over, insert hook, draw up a loop, yarn over, insert hook, and draw up a loop. So you'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 loops on your hook. Yarn over and draw up a loop through all 7. Now we're going to chain 2, 1, 2, and we're going to double crochet in each of the last 2 stitches. So 1 double crochet here and another double crochet. So that's part of our flower there. Now we're going to turn our work. Now we're going to chain up 2. So 1, 2, double crochet in your next stitch. Now to finish off our flower, we're going to chain 2, 1, 2, then we're going to insert our hook into the center of our flower here, and we're going to draw up a loop about a 1/2 inch. Yarn over, insert your hook into the center of the flower, yarn over, and then draw up a loop. Do that one more time. So yarn over, insert your hook in the center of the flower, yarn over, and draw up a loop. So you'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 loops on your hook. Now you're going to yarn over and pull through all 6 of those loops. Now we've got to chain 3, so 1, 2, 3, and we're going to do another puff stitch just like the last one. So insert your hook into the center of the flower, yarn over and draw up a loop, about 1/2 inch, sorry. Yarn over, insert your hook into the center of the flower, yarn over and draw up a loop. Do that one more time. Yarn over, insert hook, yarn over, and draw up a loop. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 loops on your hook. We're going to yarn over and pull through all 6 of those loops. And we're going to chain 2, 1, 2, and then we're going to double crochet in each of our last 2 stitches. So a double crochet, and then another double crochet. So now we've made 1 complete flower. And we'll make another flower. So we want to turn our work. We're going to chain up 2, double crochet in our next stitch. We're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Insert your hook into the chain 3 space here and do a single crochet. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3, then double crochet in your last 2 stitches. There's 1 double crochet, and there's 2. Now we're going to turn our work. We're going to chain up 2, 1, 2, double crochet in your next stitch. You're going to chain 2, 1, 2, and then you're going to draw up about a 1/2 inch loop, yarn over, insert hook into your second chain, yarn over, and draw up a loop. Do that 2 more times. Yarn over, insert hook, yarn over, draw up a loop. Yarn over, insert hook, yarn over, draw up a loop. Now yarn over and pull through all loops on your hook, and then we're going to work in our 3rd chain, another puff stitch. So insert your hook and draw up a loop, yarn over, insert hook, yarn over, and draw up a loop. Do that 2 more times. Yarn over, insert hook, draw up a loop, yarn over, insert hook, and then draw up a loop. So remember, when you yarn over, you're going to pull through the first puff, but not the last loop on your hook. You're going to have 2 loops on your hook now. We're going to make our 3rd puff stitch in our 1st chain after our single crochet. If I can get it in there. This one's always a little finicky for me. There we are. So draw up a loop about a 1/2 inch, yarn over, insert hook in the same stitch, and then draw up a loop. Do that 2 more times. Yarn over, insert hook, draw up a loop, yarn over, insert hook, and then draw up a loop. Now we're going to yarn over and pull through our puff stitch, but not pulling through our last 2 loops. So we're going to have 3 loops on our hook. We're going to yarn over and pull through all 3 of those loops. For our last puff stitch of this row, we're going to draw up a loop, yarn over, insert your hook in between the last 2 puffs in there. See that little space? Draw up a loop, yarn over, draw up a loop. Oh, you have to put your hook in there. Sorry, said that wrong. Yarn over, insert hook, and then draw up a loop. Now we're going to yarn over and pull through all those loops. We're going to chain 2, 1, 2, and then we're going to do a double crochet in each of the last 2 stitches. So 1 double crochet and then 2 double crochets. And we almost have a second flower, we just have one more row. So we're going to chain up 2, and then a double crochet, chain 2, 1, 2, insert your hook into the center of your flower and draw up a 1/2 inch loop. Yarn over, insert hook into the center of your flower, yarn over and draw up a loop. Do that one more time. Yarn over, insert hook, yarn over, draw up a loop. Now yarn over and pull through all loops on your hook. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Now we're going to do another puff stitch in the center of our flower. So insert your hook into the center of your flower, draw up a loop. Oops, I got snagged the yarn wrong there. Insert your hook, draw up a loop, about a 1/2 inch. Yarn over, insert hook, draw up a loop. Yarn over, insert hook, and draw up a loop. Now yarn over and draw through all loops on hook. Chain 2, 1, 2. Now we're going to do a double crochet in each of our last 2 stitches. 1 double crochet, and 2 double crochets. So you're going to turn your work, chain up 2, 1, 2, double crochet in your next stitch, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, single crochet in your chain 3 space, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then a double crochet in each of your last 2 stitches. So 1 double crochet and then another double crochet. And I'm just going to show you how to finish off. You're going to chain 1, single crochet in your first stitch, single crochet in your next stitch, do 2 single crochets around your chain, 1, 2, do a single crochet in the single crochet stitch, 1, now 2 single crochets around your chain, 1, 2, and then a single crochet in the last 2 stitches. So 1 single crochet there and 1 in the last one. Now that you're done, you can leave a long enough tail and you can sew your 2 edges together.